Azula is top tier. Now, that is something I would say if I saw the rest of the cast. But from what we've seen so far, there's a lot of reasons to argue why she is the top tier in Avatar Legend. And I'm not just talking about aesthetically, because she wins in that aspect. I mean, look at her.
What the hell is even that?
Sorry, it has to end this way.
She's amazing. But there is little things and details that if you are not aware of how they work in a fighting game, you would overlook them. But the reason I don't think she will be too overpowered to the point where you can't beat her is because I predict she's going to have low health. So here today I'm going to do a breakdown on certain moves that can be classified as a very good fighting game move for this Avatar Legends game, which so far from everything we've seen has been amazing. And without further ado, let's get into it. First thing we see is that she sets orbs on the screen that you cannot go through. Now from this clip we can see a little bit that before Aang actually hits it, she's able to trigger this so that it explodes on her opponent. Now I don't know if this will be something that's only on focused mode, but the fact that she's able to be so precise, I wouldn't be surprised in that case. She's able to then continue with a juggle as this setup is there, and this seems like a good move to be used for Oki. As you know, in this game you can forward tech or back tech, but reading the back tech or the neutral tech, you'll be able to have this in play where they will be stunned from this if they hit the orb. Another key factor to take into account when you're going against Azula is that she is going to hit you with a lot of re-jumps. It seems like she doesn't have a lot of landing recovery when she goes down, so this gives her the ability and freedom to continue combos that juggle and loop mid-screen. Now the next scene that we see is her use of flow. Now when you play Avatar Legends, there is two differences. When someone hits you with a low, you jump with your character. The only character that doesn't have like an aerial jump from what we've seen so far is Toph, which makes a lot of sense considering the fact that Toph can't really fight in the air. But in this situation, Azula is hit with a low and it allows her to jump and even punish her opponent. Now when they were doing the neutral attack, they didn't look like they were even jumping in the air at all. Obviously for her to get the full punish, she had to use flow, which is why you see an air cancel as soon as she tried to do the overhead on Aang. Now a very important part, if you look at the trailer very closely, is she always leaves these kind of fire patches on the floor. Now to let you guys know, these fire patches are a bit similar to Zuko himself. When you're walking over the fire as an opponent, you tend to lose health. So it seems that you can set traps and set plays that can allow your opponent to be put in this position. This specific scene is so accurate to Azula because, as you know, in Avatar The Last Airbender, she's very flexible and able to maneuver in numerous of ways. So in this instance, she ducks under one of Aang's attacks, which is a flow move, as you can see by the sparks that are white. It's a flow move that she does that allows you to go under and slide past your opponent. So it's a low crush. This is actually similar to Sokka, who's able to duck under and side switch and hit you from behind, which allows him to go invisible. When she does go under and does the duck, she slides and able to instantly cancel with flow in a diagonal angle. Now I've not seen no character in this game have a diagonal angle such as this, upwards. This for me shows she's able to maneuver in so many different type of ways, because to be able to slide on the floor and go up at that angle is crazy. And then being able to fast forward, you're able to do that and fast forward. All that sequence was probably less than a second and she was able to do all those actions. This is a crazy speedy character, so if your reactions are not on point, good luck. Now remember when I said that when they're on the fire they lose health? Well, what if I told you when she activates certain attacks like this attack, it then triggers an explosion with the fire that is already there. This seems to be an actual squared shaped trap that allows you to lose health even more. Now this move is the bad boy move. This move is unblockable, meaning that you cannot guard. You would have to jump this move. Maybe there's a possibility you could duck under the move, but just to give you some heads up, it looks like there's some certain plays that you can do that would make it difficult for you to do so. The two people that can go against this are Aang and Zuko. Now, I know exactly how this works, because if you look at some of the gameplay they showed us with Azula before, where Zuko redirected the lightning straight at her, Aang redirected the lightning in the air, and Katara actually just got completely wrecked by the lightning, but you can see she's using flow. So the demonstration that they're trying to do is that if they're using flow, it doesn't matter, they're still going to get hit. But when it comes to Aang and Zuko, you can see they don't hold flow before it comes out, similar to Katara. It might be a specific timing to ensure that you can't just get away with redirecting the lightning if you're Zuko or Aang unless you know the timing. So there is advantages to playing Aang and advantages to playing Zuko, especially if you want to go against Azula, but you need to master that timing, which is pretty neat. Now the next stage is to get into what her assists are. Now every character in Avatar Legends has an assist, whether it's Sokka having Yue the Moon, whether it's Toph having the Badger Mole, everyone has an assist. Now in this case, Azula has an assist who is light and low. This means when you put the traps on the floor, they stay there for a longer duration of time, and it allows you to be able to set up different things for your opponent to keep thinking about while it's on the ground. Where she has a lot of movement, this seems really useful. But the craziest part is that it seems like she has everything. Like, what doesn't she have so far? And you'd think maybe, okay, at this point, you know, this is probably a majority of her moves. Like, she has an unblockable lightning, she can move crazy, she can do combos and traps, and then they give her an air fireball. Like, it doesn't seem like anything with her ends. She always has something. A fireball in the air at that angle, that's similar to Akuma from Street Fighter. But do you know what Akuma has? Low health. And he is a person that's able to mix your opponent very well and is also doing this type of fireball, which is another reason as to why I believe she's going to have low health. I mean, look how fast she's able to move and anti-air people. That looked so effortless. Now, a little key detail to notice: when Azula explodes Katara onto the fire, you can see her jump up and bounce. Now there's a little sound that happens. That sound tends to happen when you gain a chakra point. A chakra point will allow you to use extra moves in your moveset. Now, she used it twice, and the second time it didn't activate and do the bounce. But if you see a little bit before the transition occurs, it seems like she got hit with a hard knockdown, which means that they won't be able to take forward or back. And certain people in the game have conditions where when you hear that little ching sound, you can actually get a hard knockdown. So it kind of makes sense. The next assist that she has is Judy. Now, if you're a very big fan in Avatar The Last Airbender, Judy is a very good representation of her being able to stay in focus mode. Because this is when she was able to take control of Ba Sing Se, where she was focused and she didn't even mess up in that regard. Stay with me, because the next mode that she has actually kind of makes sense as to why she's not focused. The focus mode really just seems like she's able to move in such a beautiful way, where if it's up, down, diagonal, she has an 8-way movement. But there is a little Easter egg as to when she loses a round, she gets to turn into Berserker mode, and that leads me to Ursa, the mother. Now, if you see, she's in Berserker mode because it kind of represents how she didn't really get love and affection from the mother and was used as a weapon. So this uncontrollable state led her to being like this. There's a little Easter egg that when you get closer to the mirror, you'll be able to see Ursa. Then the further you get away from her, she disappears. Kind of giving the representation that it's all in her head, it's all imagination, it's her Berserker mode. I mean, she believes that this was the time for her to be the only child. I mean, is it really a surprise? And that leads to the first move that she uses in this mode in the trailer, this Geese Howard looking move. This stopped projectiles, meaning you can't throw anything at her. I mean, all her animations change. You can see the craziness just coming out. They also have an access to an OTG, which is underground, where if she hits you on the ground, she's able to use the same move, taking you out of the ground and causing more damage. You don't get invincibility for it. Now this part, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's like they're showing us that yeah, she can do fuzzies, but the fuzzies is only on hit. But so it's pretty funny to look at. Just shows you how sporadic she can be, which is really good for the game. And you notice that in this mode, she doesn't drop little driplets of fire around. She got it straight away. She was able to activate that pool of fire that can make you explode straight away. And not only that, when she hits you with a grab, yo, she knocks the hell out of you into the ground and you bounce. This literally triggers bounces all the time. Such a good move. Such a good move. Now this combo, just watch it for yourself.
I'm sorry it has to end this way. Here's where we say goodbye. Pathetic. You were never even a player.
Ridiculous. Her saying you were never even a player is tough. But guys, this is the breakdown of Azula. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with anything I said, or if you're even more excited to play this character now that I've broken it down. Make sure you share it around, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, catch you guys next time on the next breakdown in Avatar Legends.